Hello, I am going to be showing you how to create a VM in Oracle VM VirtualBox, and on the VM also how to install Windows 10. So you start by going into New. We're going to call it Windows 10. I already have the Windows ISO on my desktop, so I'm going to select it. I'm going to select Skip Unattended Installation. Here you select the memory, so I'm going to select 8 gigs. And then for processors, I'm going to go with 4, just for example. Oops. Here you create the hard disk, and with that we are going to it's going to be I'm just going to go with the 50 gigs because all I'm doing is installing Windows. So I'm going to hit next, and it's going to go into the ISO, or into the summary of the VM. So I'm just going to hit finish. It's going to create the VM. So here, I will just hit start. Since the ISO is already attached, and it will power up the VM. So here we are it's just having us select our language, our time, and our keyboard, which is all English, United States. So I'm going to hit next. And down here you can go to repair your installation if it's messed up, but we're just going to hit install now because we're just installing it onto here. I do not have a product key, so I'm just going to hit I don't have a product key, and then you can select whichever version you want. So we're going to go with Pro. Then you accept the license, hit next. Here you can either select upgrade, and it will keep everything that you already have on your computer, or you can just do custom, and it will erase everything, and you start fresh with just Windows. So the installation itself is going to take a minute, so I am going to cut this off and pause it until it is done. And now it is starting to load back into the installation now that it's done. And once it's loaded, we can actually set up the installation. So now it looks like it's going into the Windows setup. So now that it's in Windows setup, we can go through the setup. So it's asking for where you're at. So we are in the United States, so I'm gonna select the United States. Keyboard is US. I'm gonna skip the second layout of keyboard. Once we get past this point, it shouldn't be too bad. So, we're gonna set it up for personal use, and then since I'm just using this as a test thing, I'm just gonna go with an offline, and then hit limited experience. Name it test. Next. It's asking for a password. Oh. So once you go through that, it will go asking you of all the privacy information. It's gonna accept everything. Um, and then this is asking what type of experience you're gonna be using it for. We're just gonna skip it. And then this is asking about Cortana. I'll just hit accept. And then it will go into Windows 10 into your desktop. So from now that we're into the desktop, it's asking about networks. You can just hit yes. So I'm going to show one final thing. If you go into the settings, you can go down to updates and security, and then from there, you'll be able to update the windows all the way. Um, and that is it. Thank you. Um, have a good day.